tape, too.
And I'm free. Free falling.
Free falling now. I'm free falling.
Shot through the heart.
You're to blame.
Why are you blaming me? I didn't do shit.
How are you today?
I'm fine, man. I'm just doing fine.
I'm just fine.
It's
Things
just
are
a lot of
fine
fine days in a row. It's like, hey, fine. Fine.
Yeah. Fine.
And then even when they're great, you're like, well, I ruined it.
Yeah.
But, there's always more days until there's not.
Yeah.
An acquaintance of yours was murdered. And anyone could be subject to that sort of...
He did die.
There's crazy people out there.
Someone that I met at one point.
Could you agree that there's crazy people out there?
Yeah, he was doing something pretty crazy that may not make him a crazy person, but he was being crazy on an automobile and died.
Yeah, and that's crazy. It's crazy, but then
you're not supposed to be crazy on those things
sort of
unless you're a professional like Daredevil, like unless you're in the Nitro Circus.
Oh, we should get. Have you ever been in the Nitro Circus?
No, because I'm not a professional. I'm not crazy.
Well, how do you get there? Do you think he was on his way, or was he kind of wasting his time? Well,
I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't talk about it.
It's like what's the best way to use your time, anyways?
Not by doing head-on collisions. I'll tell you that.
No, you gotta. They do put things on there to steer, though. We'll move on. Trevor's feeling down,
It's kind of heavy. It is heavy. It's a heavy thing, man.
It's heavy.
And it happens like all the time. Like
Right.
we're in Northwest Ohio, like people are always like dying in an automobile or like ATV, dirt bike, or just in an actual like car, and everyone's like, "How could this have happened?"
Right. It's like that's the whole thing.
It's how could this have happened? And it happens all the time, and like nobody's like teaching anything about like the safe values of driving and how those things are actually like
it's
giant death traps. You know what I mean?
If you can set yourself up in life to have a friend who owns that stuff,
Like a friend with a bunch of dirt bikes.
Yeah, so you can go out there and
you hang out with them.
You're really cautious. You don't do it that often.
And you almost die, and you think about it on the weekend. You're like, that was fun, but we almost died.
That was fun. We probably can't get out there for a few months. If you're doing it every day, your chances get a little worse. But we're not here to harp on the negative.
No, we're not.
Because it's episode 19, and this is
your buddy Ben is coming.
My buddy Ben's coming. Benjamin Lopez. His last. Is
that his last name?
Yeah, Ben Lopez. And you're never gonna guess this.
What?
His dad's name.
What's his dad's name?
George Lopez. I mean, come on. He's like, can you put George Lopez on the guest list? I was like, if he shows up, that's...
I was laughing. I thought I remember that.
What?
I remember you telling me that.
I told you that?
Yeah.
Oh, what are we, just recycling material here?
That's how it feels.
We got to stay fresh. We got Ben Lopez coming in.
Ben Lopez.
Yeah, he's a man with just a multitude of... Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah. Why are you...
He's fine.
Man, this is like this day. It's fine,
Wait, you don't think this is a good day?
You were just saying it's a bunch of fine days in a row. Yeah.
There's a bird.
There's a nest right outside the birds are chirping. My mind is racing.
You're racing where? You got to slow down. I mean, look at what just happened to your friend.
Yeah. Jeez. Yeah. I actually I was sitting on my porch the other day. I saw someone who stopped to smell the flowers.
Oh, that's nice.
On the near the sidewalk.
I saw an old lady do that.
Yeah, it's a sweet thing. You're like, man, they're taking it in, man.
Kind of a cliche, though. It's like that's all you came up with. I walk right past the flowers because I'm thinking about other things I could do to be, You don't want to do the saying.
Yeah.
Or do you? Do you think cliches are represent the best of us?
No, but I think
corny.
I think a lot of the corny things end up being very good.
Right.
They always sound corny. All the good things sound really corny at first.
Right. Sometimes the corny advice is the best one.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, what it really means.
Yeah.
Like, you a big baseball head? He's not a big baseball head, but keep your eye on the ball. It's like, well, shut up.
Didn't do well at that.
I was like, I was already looking at it. But if you do. look at it all the way. You know, maybe that's the best advice. But stop to smell the flowers.
It's good advice. No, he said that at the end of Ferris Bueller.
So you're just gonna listen to whatever corporate media?
He did kill someone in an automobile accident. That Matthew Broderick.
Whoa.
So maybe I shouldn't. Well, it was a
Mr. Cool Guy.
John Hughes wrote it. Matthew Broderick spoke it, and then he killed someone in an automobile accident and got away with it because he was Matthew Broderick, and then he was Simba.
Foreshadowing, and that's a lot of people are doing that that career thing, you know, from Mr. Cool Guy to Disney character.
Yeah.
Is from Simba the movie?
The Lion King?
Yeah. But there's a new one where it's like Simba. Or
that's
Mufasa.
Donald Glover.
Mufasa. Dog shit movie.
Yeah, you saw it in another country.
I did see it in another country. I think English subtitle, or maybe it was all English. I think it was in English, yeah.
What country was that?
Romania.
So you're probably one of the few Americans to be like, yeah, dude, I saw Mufasa in Romania.
And it sucked. 3D. It sucked.
Yeah, why did they even do the 3D?
I don't know.
That's a scam.
But no, people around me liked it, which was horrible.
That's a terrible feeling. That's what happened with Suicide Squad in 2016.
They walk out, they're like, that was a good
I
time.
thought it was cool.
And you're like, yeah, I was just thinking of all the stuff I was going to say about it, you know? I was having a good time making fun of it in my head.
You remember Shang-Chi?
Was that a karate movie or something?
It was a Marvel movie, and it wasn't very good. But the person I saw it with liked it a lot, and they thought...
Oh, we've had this exact conversation before about Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they thought I just wasn't interested in Asian culture.
Right, they made a...
But I just thought the movie was bad.
Wait, walk us through the story.
I think that's it. I
Wait,
summed it up.
Because you were like, hey, that movie sucked, right? And they were like,
Yeah,
what, you don't like Asian people?
No, I remember they said something like, they're valet drivers and they're superheroes. What's not interesting about that? I thought, well, a lot of things aren't very interesting about that.
There's a whole line of jokes that stem from this, I remember. We probably shouldn't get into it. You know, about the driving and whatnot.
The driving.
The whole movie is an Asian valet driver. I haven't seen it, but that's what you just told me it was?
Yeah. It was it was...
It's just funny imagining you being like, that wasn't a good movie. She's like, because they can't drive? What the fuck, Trevor? Are you still close with this person?
No.
It's maybe these racial profilings you're doing that's holding you back from real genuine connection. What are your thoughts?
They thought I was racist, so they stopped hanging out with me.
Yeah. Did you bring it up like the movie sucked?
I was falling asleep. I was like, this is just like every other Marvel movie, man.
Was this in theater or just somewhere?
It was in theaters.
And you were like...
I knew it wasn't going to be good.
So were they like, why aren't you paying attention?
Man.
What happened? How'd it go? Was it...
I was sleeping during the movie.
Oh, and they're like, why were you sleeping during the movie? And what was your rebuttal?
It was boring.
It was boring because...
Because it was boring. I thought the fight scenes were really cool. They were very well choreographed.
And they probably aren't that cool. If that's the only thing.
They were pretty good for a Marvel flick.
And this guy's a valet driver. Who's he fighting?
Was
this during the Asian violence?
What? I'm not familiar.
You know, during the coronavirus, everyone was being mean for no good reason. Thoughts?
This was a little bit after COVID.
So they were their sophomore year.
People were saying that Shang-Chi was going to be like Black Panther for Asian peoples.
Well, it was not that because I've never heard of it. And
because you're not Asian.
Whoa. Trevor might have made a good point there. Maybe this isn't for me. Maybe... Although it is funny, that's the Black Panther for Asian people, and what, he's great at driving, and he's can kick ass? I mean, come on. And people sell that to you like it's supposed to make you feel good.
I don't know.
Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, rest in peace. He was cool. Yeah.
Chadwick Boseman? A little too niche there, but what a show. What a show.
What a show. What a show this has been.
This is a hell of a program. We got people coming in every week telling us they were ready to take it all. They were ready. They were ready. They're calling it quits.
Yeah.
And they flipped on the Acorn archive. Thoughts?
I don't know. I'm glad
You're glad they're still around.
Glad they're still around. Glad they're tuning in. Hopefully, still.
It helps with our statistics.
It helps our drive because it feels like we're making a difference.
We are making a difference. That's why I tell Trevor every day.
Yeah.
We have our morning call, and
it's like we're really doing something here.
We're doing something here.
It's like, what's the next move? How can we really change their mind?
How can we really
get to the youth?
Get in there, you know?
Yeah.
What do you want to do with the youth again? You had some great ideas about the youth.
The youth is important, and they're in danger, my friend.
They're like going extinct. What are you doing?
Some people think that. Well, I'm not doing anything with them.
Where would they be going? Oh, they do kind of go extinct, you know?
Yeah, they get older.
The child inside us all dies.
And then the people. That's why so many Americans are saying, marry young and have a lot of kids.
Right.
Yeah. What do you think of that? Thoughts?
Marry young and have a lot of kids. I think I've met a lot of people. They're not that great, you know? They're not. You know, do we need, you know, although it is kind of like a fleeting, that battle is, you're never going to win that, you know, because you want more, the children, they're going extinct, but then the ones that were just around, they're gone. They're no longer the children.
Yeah.
Now it's the other kids. You know?
This has been a talk, man.
Well, we're getting to the bottom of a lot of things, whether or not it's comfortable for you, you know? Whether or not you feel like you're ready to have this talk, it's time.
Great. I'm happy to be here.
It's feeling a little February today. I don't know.
Yeah, I think, you know, I see it's not looking good out. I remember hearing something forever ago. It's like white people created seasonal depression.
Right, I'm sure. I mean,
but it's a pretty gloomy day out for a May Day, you know?
Right. Well, you put a title on something, and it's like, I can't, you know, you ask your friend, you want to come play Mahjong. I can't. I got seasonal depression.
Yeah. Well,
you know, and it's like, what? Maybe you just suck. Why do you need, you know?
Yeah, you could.
You don't have to call it anything.
Remember we talked about this with Matt. We don't have to like we don't have to. Oh, it is raining out, therefore I am sad.
Right.
You know, it's ridiculous.
Right.
I was just taking a dump this morning. I was on my phone like a normal guy.
Yeah.
And then I read this kid dies, and it's like, man, and it's freaking raining out. What the hell is going on?
You think he slipped?
Perhaps. I remember when COVID let out, and we were, and it was like the last day of school basically when we had to, you know, when we were told we would have to stay home.
Yeah, man.
I just remember it felt very apocalyptic. It was a day like that. Well, it was kind of around this time, but it was just like cloudy.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people were out. It felt very apocalyptic.
Yeah.
The day, you know, like the last day of school basically.
Yeah.
So it felt very ominous and dreary.
It is weird.
Yeah.
It's also weird because then no one's outside, and you're like, they all must have heard through their phone not to go outside. You know, it's. Yeah. But you know, it is nice to have a break from certain people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not everyone's that great.
Yeah.
But those people, I mean, it's just they're just by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Although I think if you suck.
Yeah.
I think you probably just don't even, when you're by yourself, you're like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
You know, I'm pretty good company, and you're not.
How can we turn this around? What was a good thing about COVID for you?
A good thing about COVID was
how do we turn this
the
around?
deaths, the illness, the old people that were here for too long.
Yeah.
The bad thing was I don't like bat anymore.
You don't like what?
Bat.
What's that?
Bat.
Bat.
When I go to Wuhan, I don't get a bat anymore at the airport.
I'm not following.
Well, follow me to Wuhan, and I'll show you what's going on. There's a wet market. if you know what I mean.
I don't, man.
They got like animals and stuff, and some of them.
Yeah.
Whoa. That would be fun to start something,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm hanging.
we're trying to
I'm
do something
hanging by
globally.
a thread right now.
We're trying to be global here.
Yep.
But if we were able to manufacture something that... I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just saying, theoretically, that'd be a lot of fun because then, you know, it's kind of like everyone buys your merch, you know? Everybody on the earth is... And they're scared. Like, when's the merch going to... When am I going to get the merch? And it's like, you got it. Wait, you don't like merch?
I'm not following.
It's important. It's a way for... Directly from the artist to consumer.
Yeah.
You can, you know, help them out a little.
By doing...
Here's a shirt. My name's
Here's a shirt.
on it, you know?
Give me money for that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Here's a mug, a mouse pad.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
I don't have any thoughts about that.
We're trying to start something global. What, you're going to disagree with that?
Dude, I'm hanging by a thread.
Are you
and
going
you're talking
local?
about merchandise right now.
You want to go local?
Yes.
Well, let's go local. Trevor's saying it's important to foster a community with the people that are already around you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though they're not ideal. You know, you got to... Maybe you can hang out with them for a while you're finding other people.
Or you find a new community.
Yeah, it's, you know, someone walks up to talk to you. You're like, hey, you know, oh, you're looking around, seeing this guy's fine. But who else is out there? You know, it's like this guy's fine, but he's always here. You know, there's other people. But we were talking about movies. Trevor was saying sometimes, you know, we were actually both sharing the sentiment is you're going to see a movie with someone and just you guys interpret it differently. It's like,
yeah,
well, that's not the movie. Why'd I go watch a movie with? It's also, you know, I think maybe you like movies. You have a little more patience for them than me.
Yeah.
I like them.
Yeah.
If I like them, then I get really into them. But otherwise, I'm only kind of half. Whenever going to see a movie with someone.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's someone like you haven't seen in a minute, and you're like, let's go see a movie.
Yeah.
You just sit next to each other in silence, and you're like, all right, see ya.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
It's not ideal, but also these things are closing down, so maybe.
I think, yeah, the theaters
they'll probably stick around,
they're
though.
kind of making it.
They'll putter.
You know.
There'll just be one eventually.
Just one theater?
Just one. Maybe one per town.
Yeah.
One per major
I can
town.
see that happening.
Maybe something small and dingy.
It seems like people are talking about the theaters again and talking
Yeah,
about
that's
going,
what maybe.
like it's been seeming that way.
Brick and mortar. It's what we keep talking about. We got to get a you got to get a space. These things are desirable. When everything's digital, you want, where can I go to find some like-minded people and just sit there?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I get that.
You gonna go to the Dunkin' Donuts? Sit with the homeless dude?
No. I remember I saw that Tim Robinson movie, Friendship, which was really good, and
Right.
I heard someone.
Gesundheit.
I heard someone in the bathroom talking. He was just like, "I just want to be friends with everyone who's seeing this movie." I was like, "Oh, they must not." I bet they love the show. I think you should leave and probably have nobody to talk
To about it,
yeah. Like, it made me a little sad, but it was also like, yeah, I'm sure we'd all get along. You know, if everyone in that theater were all like talking to each other instead of watching the movie. You know,
Yeah.
I'm sure we'd all get along.
Unless you're just standing there. If you're all there, like, we're having a good time.
Yeah.
That's really the difference. Sometimes you got a good thing set up, and then everyone shows up. They're like, well, we're not sure if we're going to have a good time. Then they're like, no, not tonight. See ya.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, what if we had a good time? Trevor,
What if?
thoughts?
Sometimes if you're not
I
feeling
mean, what are
it,
you going to go to the
leave.
Dunkin' Donuts and sit with the homeless dude? No, you got to go to a local spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
A local spot.
Local spot.
And we're not going to give any of ours
This
out.
is a local spot in a way.
Right here? Our
Yep.
home base?
Southport?
Yeah, but in regards to people coming in and whatnot,
Yeah.
it'd be the last thing we'd like.
Right.
security is high, but so is the security, you know?
Yeah.
Security is high. So maybe
They're
people
not really
can
doing
sneak
shit.
in.
When I came in, they were on their phones. both of
Those
them.
stoners.
They didn't even look at me.
Fucking losers.
They didn't look at me. I think anyone could have walked in with a gun. And they wouldn't care.
They weren't looking at you?
They weren't looking. No, they were on their phone.
How could you? What do you mean they weren't looking at you?
They weren't looking at me. They were playing.
They couldn't see you?
They're playing a Marvel game on their phone. They're trading cards on their phone. Digital cards. Digital e-cards.
Is there a game for that movie?
Well, there's like this Marvel game, and you get like.
Is it for that movie, the karate movie?
I think Shang-Chi is probably in the game.
And
there's probably a Shang-Chi card and a Shang-Chi power-up, and the.
You might be doing something here you're not even aware of.
What? What?
We got Asian bodyguards. I'll say it. I wasn't gonna say it. They're playing this. It's their Black Panther. And you're saying they didn't see you? Why?
You're saying
it didn't look like their eyes were closed?
We're cutting it. We're done.
We got Ben coming in. It's going to be a hell of an episode. This guy, he's not just a musician. He's also does some other stuff. Would you agree with that sentiment?
I haven't talked to him much, and I'm looking forward to talking to him today.
Yeah, because that's what we're doing in here.
Yep.
He's going to be in here, and we're going to talk to him. Trevor's got his finger on the button. He's ready to end this. He's ready to...
I'm ready to get out of this chair, get out of this monkey suit.
He didn't like that movie. Sue him. It has nothing to do with the guy's ethnicity. That's what we're saying. If she's watching this, I think she'll understand now. She's got the full picture.
Today is kind of a nuts day.
Yeah.
So I'm just excited to
Bananas.
just hang out, press some buttons.
And that's what he does best. He's back there.
I'm ready to press the stop button on this thing.
He's ready to press the stop button. He's got this energy built up, and he's ready to get going.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
I'm ready to go.
We got Ben coming in here, and we're going to get a feel for him. See if he has any insight to share with people. We're not sure. Trevor's doing cruel things right now. I'm just freeze framing at the... Look at... He's looking fine. He posed. He looked into the camera. Froze it. Anyway, this guy, a lot of people aren't sure about him, so...
Yep.
A lot of people are saying shit.
I'm not going to ask what.
We're not going to get into it. But if he brings it up, we are going to question him. We are going to get to the bottom of it because we're not going to just let people off the hook,
That's right.
I mean, that was a serious... People are making serious statements, and this guy's coming in our studio, so we're not just going to... Ben Lopez will be with us in just a moment.
Stop.
The Acorn Archive.
I appreciate that level of honesty because it's hard to come by around here.
Yeah.
Sometimes do you find sometimes you don't even though you pay for a service you don't get quite what you're looking for?
Depends on the service, honestly.
Depends on the service. What about if it was like a producer of a show who was just kind of falling short?
And I'm paying for the show?
You're paying for it.
I wouldn't be too happy about it.
You wouldn't be too happy. Are you
like
in a
one bad show on a streaming service? I'm like,
yeah.
That's the norm.
Mistakes do happen.
Yeah, mistakes do happen.
But at some point you got to draw a line, huh? Are you in like a managerial role? You ever manage anybody?
I have managed people, yeah.
Some of them are not great, right?
Oh, yeah. No, some people are not great.
In fact, maybe a majority. In their own ways. Everyone's got their own charm.
Depends. I mean, like, at McDonald's, I could see where that can happen. But,
yeah.
like, I don't know. Other places, some people are incompetent, and others are pretty competent.
Some people are competent.
Yeah. Some people are pretty confident. Or competent.
It's okay.
Yeah.
We were saying earlier he doesn't do any, like, vocal warm-ups or anything. He just goes right into it.
Yeah.
So any flub-ups?
I don't mind.
That's just us being real. Us being in the moment.
That's being real as hell.
The viewers kind of feel like they're here with us,
Yeah, it feels like a normal conversation if I'm stuttering.
Although we're monetizing it.
See, you got to make money off the stutter.
You're good at this whole like Hollywood type of thing. You ever consider a bigger role in any motion picture or anything?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
You could be like the cool guy detective.
You think so?
Yeah. You could be a valet who becomes a, martial artist.
Why valet?
Well, because it's kind of like their Black Panther. You know what I'm saying?
The valet is the Black Panther of the of.
Did you ever
customer
catch that
services?
movie?
Black Panther?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a good ass movie.
It was a good one.
Yeah. Ryan Coogler.
Do you still go to the? Do you still go to the theaters?
You know what? Recently, I've started going to the theaters more.
That's what we were saying. We think there's a resurgence.
Yeah. Honestly, I saw Sinners.
Sinners.
That's Ryan Coogler.
Yeah, Ryan Coogler. I thought that was
he
crazy.
Did Black Panther, man.
Yeah, he did Black Panther.
He was the Black Panther.
No,
No,
he wasn't the
he
Black
directed
Panther.
it.
He directed it and put it all together.
So it's kind of like the same movie, is what you're saying?
No, not at all. This one's about vampires in
Whoa!
the 1920s or 30s, something like
Who's
that.
sinning?
Yeah, it's about jazz, man. There's
Yeah.
jazz in it.
Blues.
This
but
sounds
yeah.
like a good movie. Does this guy have a good does he make good
Repertoire?
movies? Yeah,
Yeah,
what's
he
his
makes good
repertoire?
ass movies. Yeah, I mean, shit, he has Black Panther.
Black Panther.
Black Panther's a goat ass.
Yep, no sequel though, so it's like
I don't
clearly
think
it
he
wasn't that
direct-
good.
Did he direct the?
That's a joke because the fella's dead. How did he die? Trevor, look it up.
I'm
It's
pretty
old
sure it
news
was
at this point.
cancer.
Oh, that's sad. Don't look it up if it's cancer.
Okay.
It's cancer. I know it's cancer.
Jesus.
It's unfortunate. Yeah. You know that Denzel Washington helped him out with his career.
And how what did he do?
He paid for Oxford.
For his education.
Yeah, he paid for acting at Oxford.
Wow, and that's a
Yeah.
good. So you think maybe he was kind of an inside guy?
Denzel Washington or Chadwick Boseman?
Chadwick Boseman, because how did he just get
I think Denzel Washington was like, dude, you're kind of gas.
He's
You're kind of good.
gas.
You're
This
pretty
guy's
good.
gas.
Let me get you
Oxford.
somewhere where you can
Go to Oxford.
refine these skills.
And what were Dormers with Chadwick? That could be a spin-off series. Just the kind of like the college days.
In Oxford?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
Did you? Trevor was looking up things about you. You say, did you say Trevor? He went to Oxford for a few years.
Yeah, you went to Oxford, right?
Chadwick, me or Chadwick?
What were your
Boseman?
years like at Oxford?
My years?
Yeah, and then you transferred to OU, I believe.
I didn't go to Oxford. I went to Columbus State Community College.
Oh,
I heard that about someone else. Must have been a different Ben Lopez.
Probably.
when you were making that choice between Oxford and
Columbus State.
what were the motivating factors there?
I had, I mean, it was easy to get into. And then I could transfer my credits out.
And what did you go for?
Core classes.
What? Oxford doesn't know shit about core
It's
classes.
Columbus State I did
It's
core
better to go
classes.
somewhere that's specializes in that sort of thing. I mean, why would you go to Trevor? Why would he go to Oxford?
I don't know. Because it's a good college.
Trevor couldn't
I
get
never
into
went
Oxford.
to Oxford just to let it not
I
be
couldn't
known.
try.
Trevor couldn't get in.
I couldn't get in either.
Whoa, dude, don't say that. They offered you the scholarship. You just weren't interested in that line of work, and that's fine.
I'm just not an Oxford alumni.
That's not your alma mater.
No.
Are you proud of your heritage?
My heritage?
We were having a lot of questions. We were saying, these guests, are they even proud of their heritage? What are your thoughts?
Heritage meaning my ethnicity?
No,
My
just
culture?
your dogs and
My dogs?
your patch of dirt, your stake in this whole thing.
In this life?
Yeah.
I fuck with it.
A lot of people were saying they thought you would.
Yeah.
It seems like you got a good head on your shoulders.
Yeah. I mean, I fuck with it.
And you're employed, is that correct?
I am employed at the moment, yeah.
How's that going?
It's going pretty good.
You think it'll last?
Potentially.
Now, what are you doing?
Robotics.
And now you're, correct me if I'm wrong, you have Legos and whatnot, you build these robots, they fight each other.
I mean,
Who's,
yeah, kind of.
and people place wagers on these sort of thing? Or do you do it for commission? Like
It's more of to build something.
it feels nice to make something with your own two hands.
Mm-hmm.
Or to figure out how you're going to get it done. Sometimes that's the most satisfying part.
Yeah.
Just figuring out the thing. That's what I'll do a lot of time. I'll be working on something and I'll figure out the thing, and then it's like, great, I figured it out. Now I don't have to think about it, and then I just don't do it.
See, I do it.
You
That's
do
my
it.
job is doing it.
You got to take that step.
Yeah, I got to do the extra step that most people have.
But they must get tiring, huh?
Nah,
Because you're well compensated.
decently compensated.
Decently compensated.
I'm only an intern, so
maybe unionize.
I'm only an intern.
Intern that could maybe you'll move up.
Move up?
Move up.
That's what I'm hoping.
But also, you're fine where you are.
I am. I mean, I'd like to go up, but like, I don't mind my job.
What is this insatiable? You got to improve. Where are you trying to get to, man?
To be an engineer. I don't know.
Is there a problem you'd like to solve in the engineering field? You have a hunch? People
Make
are
yourself
hoping
more
you have a hunch.
safe, kind of.
More
Make
safe?
yourself more safe, efficient.
Efficient?
I want to go towards more of like the green aspect of like engineering, where
Yeah.
like helping places become more green with manufacturing and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of a vibe at the moment.
What are you making long-term plans then? Like
Maybe one day, like if I have enough money, like open up my own like consulting firm.
Yeah.
For like manufacturing engineering.
You could buy out politicians, kind of influence your way.
I wouldn't do none of that.
No, not on the record. But I think you would get it done, right? You're the kind of guy, if you set out to do something, you are going to get it done, right? So you're not going to follow through on a promise you make to get.
I mean, I'm not promising anything right now.
Can you get a job done that we're going to hire you for?
You're hiring me? Is this a job interview?
It's a theoretical job interview.
Theoretical job interview.
Ben Lopez,
Yeah.
Oxford, 4 years.
Yeah.
Columbus State, a residency.
Mm-hmm. And
What's got you
Ohio
interested
University.
in this in Ohio? Well, it's so dense I didn't even catch it. And what's got you coming in here today? Why are you interested in this job?
I'm interested in this job to help make the world more green.
You're just all about the money, aren't you?
I mean, the money's nice, but I don't need it. I don't need like a crap ton. I just need to be comfy.
How about you prove it? All right, we're gonna give you nothing. If the Earth gets better, we'll throw some your way.
I mean, I like to decline this job.
So you're not really in it for the right reasons, is what you're saying?
I'm saying if I'm going to put so much time and effort into it, I should be getting paid for that effort. Because that's what...
Trevor keeps making the same argument. I have to counter with, what if there's not that value in your work you're thinking there is? A lot of things are perspective, right?
Yeah.
Do you find you have a good perspective or like
I find I have a decent
a
perspective.
little pessimistic?
Not super pessimistic.
Really? What do you think's going to happen in a week?
Couldn't tell you.
You don't even care.
Probably go to work.
Yeah.
Practice music.
Yeah.
At the Waffle House.
Yeah. And what a location.
It's a good location. I
Because
don't
it's a
mind
room
it.
and it's...
A lot more space than my basement.
Right. It's easier. You can park right there and
Yep.
walk it in.
It's super nice. You don't have to walk down a steep-ass driveway.
Plus, we were talking about George Lopez for a second.
George Lopez? Like the show?
Is that your father? And we'll bleep his name because it's a very confidential man. But it's nice to not bother him anymore.
Bother my dad?
Well,
Yeah,
we
no,
were in their
that's true.
house all the time.
Yeah.
And we're
I
quite
do
loud.
feel like sometimes I'm bothering them, but honestly, they don't really mind.
Do you still practice there? Where are you living, man? A lot of people were like, where is this guy?
I live in an apartment right now. Like, no biggie.
No drums in there.
No drums allowed, no.
No.
I mean, maybe. There's a lot of kids there. A
And
lot
then
of dogs barking.
Are you worried they might be technically better than you? And then you're like, there's that weird kind of like...
No, I'm more so don't want to wake them up.
Yeah.
Or, like, be annoying to people.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I might like people playing drums when I get home from work, but some people are like, I just want nice and quiet.
I'd like to not hear that drum.
Yeah, I would like to not hear drums at full volume.
So that's kind of a difference of opinion.
Yeah.
If you got into an argument with someone, how would you like resolve that? You know.
I'd say, what times are good to practice then? You know, if they're banging on my door, I'd be like, sorry, man, I'll stop playing. But like, what times would be all right?
What if they went way too far in the first interaction? You know,
How
you're
would
playing your drums a little loud,
and
dum, dum, dum. You know, you don't hear the first one. You're only in the chorus. Dum, 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 dum. Bridge. Dum,
No,
dum,
that's
dum,
fair,
dum,
that's
dum,
fair.
dum, 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 dum. Psh.
and then I hear it.
But at that point, it's too late. They kick down the door,
Oh shit!
and they have a machete, a knife, something in their hand. They're coming at you. At that point, words aren't enough, right?
I guess so. I would defend myself.
Well, you want to try to talk it out first?
Well, I mean, he's coming at, like, I would try to, like, I got symbols, right?
Yeah.
If he's got a machete, symbol versus machete, I'm going to be pretty chilling.
Do you keep like a spare symbol on the ground, ready to go for that sort of thing?
No, I just pick up a symbol stand.
Are you? Oh, this whole sand.
Yeah, there's a lot of them that are just
they're
they
just
only have
sitting
a
there,
symbol on them.
And you can kind of pick them up and use them as a weapon. That might seriously inflict some.
Well, I'm only gonna hold it up to block him because it's also like to get him away. So it's like a
what if he's got
thing.
you cornered? He's got you cornered.
Yeah,
You're blocking. You're blocking.
I get space.
Right, but he's making an advance. At some point, you're gonna run out of energy. Are you gonna strike him?
I mean, if that's what it takes.
What if I told you this man has dementia? He doesn't know what he's doing.
I mean, I'm still defending myself.
Trevor, would this hold up in a court of law? Could you look it up?
Yeah.
Well, Trevor's looking that up. We want to get into the moral side of that. And I'm not saying, obviously, this is a hypothetical situation.
Yeah.
And it would be horrible if things took this turn.
I'm trying to just disable, not trying to kill or hurt.
No, but say you did kill and hurt, and you didn't mean to, but you were defending yourself.
I think in the court of law,
in the court of law,
that's just self-defense.
How would you persuade a jury of your peers?
I mean, it was self-defense.
What if they're like, I don't know, he has dementia?
I'd be like, I didn't know.
What if they're like, I don't know, he's 4'3", What if the knife was like a Nerf knife and you kind of read the whole situation wrong? God, that'd be horrible.
That would be. That would suck.
Do you ever have nightmares where you wake up in that sort of situation and it's like, whoa?
Similar?
Similar?
Yeah.
That's got to be scary, man. I'm sorry. I didn't know you were going through that.
I just get over it.
I
can go back to sleep.
You can compartmentalize like that? You can just put it away?
Yeah. I usually sleep better after a nightmare. Honestly, I wake up and I don't remember. So
it gives you a little clarity, maybe.
I don't really remember the next day.
That's true. I don't. Yeah.
I don't really remember. I think the last dream I had was like a couple months ago. That I remember.
Best dream. Let's hear it.
My uncle.
He
was a chicken. Like his head was on a chicken.
Yeah.
He was like a bigger chicken. Like a normal sized chicken's like what? Like 1.5 feet tall. This
Trevor?
chicken's like 2.5 feet tall. How tall is the normal chicken?
Could you pull this up for us? So you're having cartoonish dreams. I always envied that.
No, it's like a legit.
It was real. It looked real. It was like a centaur.
I mean, I have cartoon-esque dreams when I remember them.
Trevor?
So the wingspan in the range of 23.6 inches.
How about you round up, man?
60 to 90 centimeters. In total weight of 5.7 to 9.9 pounds. The body of the domestic chicken has an overall length between 15 feet.
How big was his?
23 feet.
Did he have a normal sized head?
Which is 40 to 60 centimeters.
It was normal to the chicken.
Okay.
But it was a bigger chicken. Like this chicken was like, I'm like, this is a big chicken. And he's in cockfights. Like he's a cockfighter, like he's a rooster fighting another rooster.
What an occupation.
But, he was fucking up those roosters.
He was fucking them up. So
I guess
were you worried about him?
No.
I was just amazed of how well he was doing.
He was doing that well?
Yeah, he was doing pretty well.
He was
They had
hurt
multiple chickens at it was an all 100 bears, one man.
Yeah.
It was like that, but it was 100 chickens versus him.
Versus one
It was
uncle.
probably more like 10, but it was 10 decent sized roosters.
That's scary.
Going
man.
after my uncle, and he's just beating the shit out of him.
Well, how did it end?
I woke up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gotta be kind of
really
shake you for a second. It would shake me.
I think I just went to school after that.
You're stronger than most, then.
I guess so. I mean,
Trevor said just last week if his uncle was a chicken, he'd be beside himself.
Run for the hills.
He'd run for the hills, and
Really?
he doesn't even run that much. So he's like, for him to run for the hills, he's running towards more exercise. And he's a fit guy. I'm not saying he doesn't exercise, but running towards the hills has never been his thing. So do you understand?
Yeah.
He would be freaked out if he was running to the hills.
It was one of those dreams. In my dreams, I just let shit happen. You know, like whatever's happening, I'm just like, all right, like this is a dream.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. That's crazy as hell. But like, I can't do anything about it.
You ever like run or fight in a dream? And it's like,
yeah, I do. It's really weird.
You know, it's like. Wah.
Yeah.
You ever kill anyone in a dream?
Probably like Megatron or something.
Megatron. Did he have it
just
coming?
Like classic villains.
He's a villain. That's kind of a perspective thing too.
Yeah.
What about his side?
I think he has a valid side. I just think he's doing it in the wrong way. You know, like,
do you think he probably thinks he's doing it in the right way though?
He probably thinks that, but when you think about it, why do they need Earth? Why can't they just do like?
What do you mean by that?
Like, Transformers are big, right?
Yeah.
So like, wouldn't a bigger planet be better for them? And they don't really need to breathe like Cybertron. I mean, it probably had an atmosphere, but like, they don't need like ozone layers and stuff.
Well,
so,
this
like,
might be a perspective thing, you know, because if you think about like a little ant, his legs are moving all fast.
Yeah.
But I bet to the ants, his legs feel all heavy, like a human, like you know, it's like a lot of effort.
Yeah.
His little bones probably are tired.
Mm-hmm. I see what you're saying.
So probably another planet, that gravity is going to be like, oh man.
I mean, they're like
at that point,
made
they're
of
getting,
hydraulics and stuff. So like,
yeah, but 12 miles to the gallon is a difference when you're driving at 16.
Also, they could just kind of like make it. So they could just like do it around a different planet and then just like make it bigger. So then there's like the right gravity.
Yeah, they're kind of lazy in that regard. Like
exactly, that's what I'm trying to say. Is like, why go after?
They're
Earth
having
when
the
you can
fun.
go after, like Mars or something.
They're getting the publicity, but as far as like, they're not the ones picking up the trash. They're not the ones cleaning up. That's like the everyday, you and me, you know?
Yeah, they can't do the little things.
No, if they could, they would.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
If they could, they would. I mean, there are human-sized Transformers. That is a thing.
That's scary.
Is it scary?
I don't know.
What if it's an Autobot?
Trevor? What was the answer on this previous question?
What?
When is murder?
Whoa, when is murder okay?
Yeah.
If a person has authority under the law to kill another person in self-defense, but only if that person reasonably believes that the killing is necessary in order to prevent
Look up what if
threat, death, or serious harm to himself.
What if they had dementia?
I still think it falls under.
Is murder okay if you have dementia? I think you could plead insanity.
And a Nerf knife. It's a Nerf knife.
Wait. You're saying if the attacker has dementia, not if
and you just
the person
blast
murdering has dementia.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Oh, yes.
That's what I was trying to tell. Yeah.
Sorry.
This is what AI says. Yeah, not available. Are dementia patients capable of murder? I'm sure. Yeah.
They can do it.
I mean, yeah.
So Trevor's saying, yeah, go ahead and get them.
All right.
Don't go out of your way, but if they're in your way, I would grab. Trevor, could you look up, like, you know, how good is this life anyways? Because it is important to think of, you know, at a certain point, what are we all sticking around for? Thoughts?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
But I think that's maybe plenty.
Huh?
Maybe that's plenty.
The beauty.
I think it is plenty.
The beauty and tragedy of life is that it is finite. It has an end. We all know.
What
Why
the
was
hell?
that cute?
But none of us ever really think about it.
What the hell?
Yeah. I don't know.
You don't dwell on it too much, right?
No.
That'll get you down.
Yeah, no. I don't really like to think about, like death doesn't really bother me. It's just like...
It just, like, bums me out straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes.
So it doesn't bother you?
I mean, like, I personally wouldn't like to die right now, but, like...
Killing someone is nothing for you, is that what you're saying?
No, that's not true either. That thing just opened.
Whoa, man.
That's crazy.
Spectre.
Oh, dude. Are you serious? No, like...
Yeah.
That cabinet just opened?
Yeah, for real.
What?
That might have been a Spectre thing.
It wasn't on video, so we can't prove it.
Dude, we had a Spectre moment in the last video. Trevor, you're not gonna believe this. I'm editing the video. It was a simple 1 hour edit, and then it couldn't render the thing because the frames crashed right at that part.
No, it didn't.
It couldn't process, so I had to re-encode the entire video.
Don't fuck with me.
That's
like
what happened, man. We might have to make the move out of Southport. How was the flight in, by the way?
How'd you get the video to export then?
I had to go into command on the Windows, and I had to
Mr.
download
Hacker
this
over
thing,
here.
and it re-encodes the videos, and I just replaced those.
Okay.
But it's probably an error between the USB and the whatever. But it could also be the Spectre.
I think
Spectre.
I think there might be a Spectre. There's that's 3 things in a row, man.
Do you ever get scared of the paranormal? Was there any points in your life where you were
Not
more
really.
spooked
There
out
was
by
only
this
like
stuff?
one time.
As a kid, were you a frightened child?
I was pretty scared. I'm not really anymore. Like
No.
ghosts, I'm like, I hope he's chill. If he's
Right.
not chill, I'll just go somewhere else.
Yeah.
You were telling me you lived in a haunted house.
That's
when
what I
you were a
thought.
boy.
That's what I thought in my boyhood. I mean, it's hard to tell though. Is it fake or is it not fake?
Yeah, no, because like sometimes your brain just plays tricks on you.
Right. But then
Exactly.
also, would you try to stick around, man, or would you just get out of here?
It depends on the vibes.
This depends on the vibes.
Yeah,
That
like-
we might be fostering too good a vibe that people are just kind of sticking around.
Yeah,
after,
I feel like if it's not
long
like
after the time,
a bad ghost,
No.
I don't really care.
they can hang out.
Yeah, if they can hang, like
If
as
they
long
can
as I'm not
hang.
like seeing them in times that I don't want to see them, like
Yeah.
I don't really care.
Yeah.
If I'm like chilling on the couch watching TV and he like sits down next to me, I'll be like, "That's what's up. You want to watch the show with me?"
Do you ever think, it's nice to think of him as like a floating kind of entity,
Yeah,
but what if it's like
a walking entity.
what if it's like a dude and you just can't see him and you like walk through him, but it's just some like real, like a 600-pound dude. He's just sitting around.
That sucks.
But he's a
That
ghost.
would suck. And I'm sorry if you're in here because
Have you seen Spirited Away? That happens a lot. in
Flushed
Spirit.
Away. Flushed
I
Away was a
love that
hell of a movie, man.
It's
I
underrated.
mean,
it's actually
it's
hilarious.
like probably the most mid like
No, come
Arkman.
on, man.
Wait, what's the company that made it?
Aardman.
Aardman. I feel like it's the most mid Aardman one. I feel like there's so many better Aardman. Like,
Now list a couple off.
huh?
People are asking actually, what's your top 5 Aardman?
Top 5 Aardmans, go.
If you could give us your top 5.
I'd say Wallace and Gromit,
Yep.
Which one, man?
the first one. I haven't seen the second one. I've been trying to see it, but
Like the Were-Rabbit one? What are you talking
yeah,
about?
the
All
Were
right.
Rabbit.
I like where they go to the moon and eat the cheese and stuff.
I
That's-
like that
yeah,
one too. That's
that was a good one.
That's the very first one, man.
Paranorman.
That's not Aardman, man.
I thought it was.
That's Leica.
Fuck.
It's
Chicken
obviously
Run?
like a Chicken Run.
Yeah.
Chicken Run's pretty goated. Shit, what other ones are there?
Are these all claymation?
Yeah.
Flushed Away is CGI.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, that's why it's the most mid one.
Right.
Only because it was CGI and not.
I think
That would have
made
been cool
it.
It may
claymation.
have to do with the Aardman Studios burning down around that time.
That's I did hear about that. So that's
So they just-
probably
They just AI'd the whole thing.
No.
no.
What's the
But
deal with that?
I will say that movie is
Chat GPT, flush him away.
That movie is hilarious and underrated. It's hilarious the whole way through. It's a
I
very
liked it.
funny
It kind of
movie.
freaked me out as a kid. I'll be honest.
Hugh Jackman's in it.
Hugh Jackman.
Huge jacked man, more like it.
Trevor's
Nice.
was saying he found him quite attractive the other day, our last episode.
To Hugh Jackman?
So, looking forward, what's the next year like for you? Are you just working this this little job for the summer? And I didn't mean to call it little.
So like what's my next year look like?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Right.
Well,
Can
I'm
you
gonna go
sum it
back
up?
to school for like a semester. I'm gonna graduate,
Uh-huh.
and then I'm gonna get back in the workforce if they want me to come back at this internship I have right now.
What if they don't want you back?
I'll look for other places. I'll figure out before I leave for the semester.
How many places need like Lego robotics done? I'm not trying to make a mockery of it.
I mean, I don't use Legos.
You're moving up, so you're
Huh?
managing other people who are doing that sort of thing.
Huh?
You're not working in the field anymore, but you're managing people, is what you're saying?
No, I don't. I've managed people in the past, not now. I'm just
Oh.
a normal like.
What is it
Robotics
you
guy.
do?
I just make like robotic work cells.
Work
like high
cells.
precision work cells. Yeah.
Shells?
Cells.
Work
Cells.
cells.
Yeah.
What is a cell?
So it's like kind of like a workstation,
Uh-huh.
but it's like fully
It's
automated.
like a cubicle.
For a robot, yeah.
Really?
Or for like a process.
So you're setting up like IKEA furniture?
No. More like testing car parts, like precision welding stuff.
You a big welder?
I'm not a welder.
Oh,
I'm not a big fan of welding.
No.
No.
Because it's why?
It's hot.
Yeah.
It's stinky.
Yeah.
It's like
Also, it's just
it takes a lot of practice
a lot
too.
of practice.
Like, I wasn't very good at it. I only did it a couple times.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot of work. I'll tell you that.
So what do you do?
I I just told you I like make the robotic.
And this is a physical space. What do you?
Yeah, it's like a physical space that like a robot works on like a part.
And you're making them like in a warehouse.
Pretty much, yeah.
You're setting them up.
Big, yeah. Huh?
You like set them up?
Yeah, to a degree, yeah. I mean, I haven't gotten to do that part yet because I'm only on like my 4th week, but like I've definitely like worked on some. We're right now tearing down a work cell for another company.
Do you ever worry that the work, since you don't, do they tell you the full scope of it?
Yeah.
Do you know like the bigger picture? Maybe you're like helping out some real bad guys. What are they making? What's the end product? What's the end goal?
Usually a car.
This can't be that bad.
That's what I say. Like, mostly it's car. I mean, that's really.
Trevor was saying the Nazis made the Beetle.
That is true.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
They were
I
having
mean,
a
they
good
didn't
time.
make it, but they definitely heavily funded.
Well,
it,
Volkswagen.
for sure.
Big Volkswagen. What is your car, man?
I have a Volvo,
Volvo.
which I guess isn't like. I think they had pressure under Hitler too, but like they were forced into it, so it's not as bad historically.
They were just like at a party with Hitler. It wasn't like
It was
They didn't
more
know
of like
him.
you're gonna do this for me now. And
it's like they had a couple.
I don't know. Maybe.
You're a couple drinks in.
I wasn't there.
You gotta talk to the guy. He's an interesting guy.
I mean, he conquered a lot of Europe.
Dude, what the hell? It was fucked up what he did.
It was super fucked up.
Yeah, and I wouldn't like.
Wouldn't blame him, like, or blame. I meant blame Volvo for being like, sorry, like we'll make you stuff.
If someone does that again, I'm gonna talk about it on here,
All right.
and I'm not gonna be happy.
If another Hitler comes along,
Yeah, whoa, yeah. Don't
that's
say his
fair,
name.
that's
Just kidding, man. We gotta have an open discussion about these things. Volvo Mort.
whoa. No hate on the car. I like.
Is it maybe a
Volvos.
magic car?
My car?
Yeah.
Magic? No.
No, just gears and tires and whatnot.
Yeah. Gear and engine and shell.
So when are you gonna how long until you build a car? So
How long till I what?
you build your own car? You know?
Like from scratch?
Yeah. How many more weeks before you're making the car?
Fucking never. I can't build a car from scratch.
Well, now you're just gonna make the robots that do it?
We never listened to that Johnny Cash song, man.
I mean, like, that's a lot of work. Have you ever built a
It
car?
ain't me, babe. Is that what you're talking about?
No, it's one where he takes home every piece of the car home from work because he works at a car factory.
Like an 8 Mile.
Yep.
And that city's really gone south, but I think they're making a resurgence.
Somewhat. They're still declining in population, though.
Really?
I've seen that, yeah.
Well, that's too bad. But as Trevor was saying earlier, a lot of people aren't that great. You know, the people you managed,
I mean,
even though they have redeeming qualities, it's like, ugh.
I mean, I don't manage people anymore.
No. In the past,
In the
though.
past, I have managed people that were good and some that were bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you gotta treat everyone equally, even if they
Yeah.
suck. You know, some people just.
For
yuck.
sure.
Now let's dive into your childhood.
Huh?
Growing up, like, what was a favorite hobby of yours, a pastime? Real young, what were you doing? Any video games? Any board games? Any handstands?
I wasn't really a big video game kid.
Hacky sack.
Not hacky sack. No. I was a big movie kid. I was a big nerd. I mean, I still am a big nerd if I'm being for real. I really
Aren't we
liked
all, man?
movies, sci-fi movies. Like what else? I also I hung out with my best friend lived like down the street from me. So like there were a lot of times that we were just like chilling and like hanging out.
That's nice.
Yeah, playing outside and shit.
Are those your glory days, or have you moved on past that?
I do reminisce.
You reminisce, but
It was nice.
Is it bad to spend too much time reminiscing?
It's usually like that was a good time, and then go back to what I was doing.
Yeah. You ever
You know?
get sad about it?
No, I feel like I did it pretty good.
And there's
You
other
know?
good times ahead.
Yeah, and there's plenty of good times ahead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'll have like real money to do cooler shit
Yeah.
instead of just running around the neighborhood doing stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, like do stuff.
But it's all got its value,
Yeah, it all got its value. Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. Like
Why
it's still there, you know.
you should make a cell that makes the cells.
Not really how it works,
I'm
because a lot of these cells are very custom. So you'd have to program the robot every time, when you could just have like a team of people do it. You know?
okay. But this cell could do that too. I'm just saying, why, you ever think outside the box, or you more inside the box kind of guy?
I mean, if they
Trevor, the
if we-
camera's down.
If we did that, I wouldn't have a job. So,
But you don't think they'd keep you around?
I mean, maybe.
Is there a good break room you can hang out in?
Yeah,
It's not even that great, huh?
It's all right. It's a bunch of tables.
IKEA?
Not at IKEA.
No, I mean the furniture, man. Is it?
No,
is it
it's just like
comfortable?
high top tables. That's all.
Okay.
It's nothing too crazy.
Okay. Now, as you're growing up, when does this passion for music really start? I mean,
Honestly, it's kind of funny how I did it. I was my best friend who lived down the street.
Uh-huh.
He started playing guitar, and I was like, "Man, playing music sounds really fun." I was like, I did play guitar in like middle school, but my teacher was a meanie, and wasn't very nice, and made me do all of the boring stuff. Which I mean, like you have to, but like, he made me spend like months on like one string.
Yeah.
When I first started.
yeah. That's
So like
annoying.
I was getting kind of annoyed. So then like I quit that, and I was like, I don't want to do guitar again. Bass, like I don't know, it's similar to guitar. And I was like, singing, I'm not really that good at singing. I was like, what's left is kind of drums. I'll give it a shot. I
And it
was like,
works on that violence issue you got. It gives you a chance
balance
to get
issue I have.
the violence issue where you got to get it out. You can get.
I don't have a violence issue.
No, not anymore, because these drums were introduced into
so.
your life.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
And how dedicated? I had a similar experience when I was like 8, and I did guitar lessons for a while. It was like just teaching you like out of the book or something. It's like, what are we
Yeah.
doing? What
Teach me out of your brain, bro.
or tell me what we're doing.
Yeah. Teach me something from the noggin.
From the noggin. If you
Straight
got
from the
anything in there,
dome.
maybe they don't got anything in there.
Yeah. He was kind of a boomer, so it kind of made sense of how he taught.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He was definitely a boomer.
But you made this switch to drums.
Yeah, I switched to drums, and I thought it was a lot cooler. And then I could like jam out with my best friend. Then we made a band, and it was and then that's kind of how like, and then it just kind of clicked. Like it just kind of stayed around.
Yeah.
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 So I've just been doing it like 10 years now, I think.
That's crazy.
I look
Time
back on it.
passes.
Huh?
Time passes.
It really does.
Do you
yeah,
find
10
that?
Years. Yeah.
You find that time passes?
Yeah. Time does pass sometimes.
Where's it going?
In the past.
Do you think you used it well,
Sometimes better than others.
Trevor?
I think I used it well.
What'd you do?
Everybody makes mistakes,
Yeah.
and we gotta learn from them.
Yeah.
We gotta roll with them.
What were these mistakes you were making?
I gotta talk about it, dude.
We already covered a lot of his mistakes.
Yep.
And he gets down when we bring him up.
Yeah.
Do you ever get down?
I mean, yeah. I get down.
How do you lift yourself back up? It's kind of a gloomy day, would you say?
Yeah, today's a pretty gloomy day.
It's kind of like a gloomy day,
Yeah, I mean, like it was pretty nice in the middle of the day.
We're in the middle. The middle part was good for a second.
It was for like a hot second, and then it's fine now. But now it's like, I mean, not now, but like now it's gross out.
So how do you lift yourself up,
How do I lift
Maybe
myself
a warm
up?
cup of tea or like you have a little nook you read in or something?
I always think tomorrow will be better. Tomorrow can only go up.
The sun
So like
come
it's all right
out.
if the rest of the day is like
Throw bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow.
that's what's up, guys.
You familiar with that one?
Yeah.
Ah, what a tune.
Yeah, it is a good tune.
And it's so optimistic.
It is very optimistic.
That's why I joined in.
All right, I'll say something pessimistic. You give me the spin on it. Your spin on it, right?
All right.
What the? Did someone drink out of this? This is only half full. Oh, this is already half empty. All right, we'll move on.
Do I have to
Oh, what
answer?
the hell? Oh man, who took my tennis racket out to the shore?
To the seashore?
Yeah, the seashore.
Oh, okay. How would I look at this situation, or how would I describe it to
what's the right way
you?
to handle this kind of thing?
Like internally, like if I was like, "Dang, my racket's out by the seashore," is it like, "Hey man,
Oh,
my
my-
racket's out by the seashore"?
It's kind of like, well, let's try this one. My kid's in the street.
Get out of the street. That's how. What I
There's
would say.
tire marks on his face. What's the spin on that? You know,
I'd be like,
Maybe
"Damn,
he's
kid,
still
you get
breathing.
hit by a car or something?"
maybe he's still breathing.
Is he like fucked up?
Ah, he's fucked up.
Oh no! I have to take him to the hospital.
Oh, they're closed.
The hospital doesn't close.
At what point do you just say fuck him? You know,
The kid?
he ran into the fucking street.
It's my kid though, right? It's my kid.
He's just a kid.
Oh. I mean, I tell his mom, I'd be like, "That sucks.
Yeah,
It's not my kid.
yeah.
My kid would know to look both ways."
We were playing basketball. Me, Joey, and Zachary.
I heard about this
And
where you.
there's a kid went missing
Yeah.
because they thought one of the homeless grabbed him.
Was it the homeless who grabbed him?
I will say there's kind of like an opiate epidemic. I don't know if you've
I mean,
heard.
I've heard of that.
And we don't know what the side effects of those things are. You know? These might be normal people, and then all of a sudden they pop a pill, and they're grabbing children.
I mean,
But a lot of people are saying that viewpoint is playing devil's advocate for no reason, you know?
I would agree. I think it's a real problem.
I wouldn't grab a child.
No, I would never.
No.
Unless it was my own
What
child.
would I even
but
do with them? you know?
Yeah, like, I don't know, like,
They're kind of noisy, and they're always hungry and
Yeah.
stuff.
no, that's fair. They're kind of stinky.
They do smell bad. Do you value, like, alone time?
Do I?
Yeah.
I could take it or leave it.
What about free time?
I love that shit.
And this kid was eating ours up. Like, we're trying to play ball, and all of a sudden you get yourself grabbed by someone who's, in a desperate position.
Yeah.
And that's because no one's helping him. Maybe give him $1 next time you won't.
Give him $1 next time.
Are you saying
Maybe.
to children they should go out down into the creeks and whatnot with a little cash on hand?
No, I don't think children need to.
No. What about a sack of coins? I always wanted a nice little satchel for my gold or my coins or something.
What gold were you getting at, like 5 or 6 or 7?
I don't know, but I had ambitions. I think it's important to think ahead, even at a young age. You want to
I
set
wasn't
yourself
thinking
up.
ahead.
You
I was
didn't have a
just having the best
satchel. You
time.
didn't have a pouch.
No.
No savings.
I mean, like a savings account?
You weren't putting anything away.
I mean, yeah, I put stuff away.
You weren't thinking about the future
I was thinking about the future of, like, what Lego set I could buy.
for your robotics.
No, I never.
It's funny
did
how
any
those things
Lego
foster
robotics.
into a career. It's funny how
I never did Lego
a
robotics.
childlike, joy blooms into
Yeah.
something of
It
real
is
value.
crazy to think that, like, I'm a big Lego guy, and I've always been a big Lego guy, and
Yeah.
now I'm like an engineer,
Yeah.
like building stuff.
Yeah.
It is interesting to think about. I do think about that sometimes.
Good toy.
It is.
That's
a
why
good
they
toy.
sell it to you, so they can get you in the factory.
And now they make adult
Thoughts?
ones, so it's like cooler now.
Yeah, it's now even adults can use them.
I think it's just our generation grew up building Legos, and we're like, why the fuck do we need to stop? Let's keep building them.
Right, and there's something there where it's like, you know,
Yeah.
don't grow up. Rent. DoorDash.
Yeah.
Play with Legos still. But that's like a different argument,
Yeah. And now they have like collector's items, like you can like display them all nice and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, they're pretty sweet. I fuck with them.
Would you ever have, if you were to collect something, what would it be? I used to have baseball cards, and then I don't know where those went.
If I collect anything,
Yeah.
cars.
Oh.
I'd collect cars.
Even if it was financially ruining you?
No, I want.
Oh, you have your priorities.
Yeah, no, I have my priorities. I want a little collection in my future, but like I gotta wait till I can afford them.
Now, give him top 3.
Top 3 cars?
Yeah, come on. This is your job, man.
I'd say Lexus LFA.
Okay, we'll pull it up.
These are dream cars, even if they're unattainable, right?
I don't know why you're assuming it's unattainable for you, man.
LFA?
Yeah, Lexus LFA.
I'll pull it up in post, man. I'll pull it up. We'll see it.
Let's think. Maybe a Buick GNX.
Buick GNX. Trevor, pull it up, man.
Buick GNX. How could I forget that classic model?
It's actually in Kendrick Lamar's GNX
Right, that's this whole
album.
thing,
That's
right?
the cover of it.
Yeah, that's a car.
Yeah, it's also a car. It's pretty sweet. I like the way it looks.
No, number 3.
Number three.
Sweet.
Probably like a Volvo wagon. Or like a fast Volvo wagon.
Trevor?
It's probably going to bring up like a new one.
Don't bring up a new one.
Yeah, no, that red one?
Yeah, really?
Yeah, that shit's sick.
Ample trunk space, man.
Yeah, those are sweet. And one of those.
You know what? Actually, my mom actually just got a car like this.
Really?
Yeah, that yellow one is like the perfect. That's like the body I would want.
Yeah,
I'd put like a fat like engine in there, like a big old engine in there, because like you can put anything you want in them.
That's like the limousine car, man.
Yeah, no, they're sweet.
Trevor, maybe your mom could drive over here. The 4 of us could take it for a joyride sort of thing.
I drive.
It's a
Volvo.
dream. It's a dream of Ben's.
Yeah, that'd be
He
fun.
came all the way
I
out here.
I don't live that far.
All right, I guess we'll set it
My
up
mom
another
lives
day.
2 hours away.
She can't. What's she doing? We'll get burgers or something. Do you like burgers?
I love burgers.
Fries?
Yeah.
Do you put cheese on the burger?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It'd be kind of silly not to, right?
I feel like, why?
Right. Why are you gonna?
Why wouldn't you?
Why are you gonna deprive yourself?
Like it
You're
makes
already
it,
eating the
like,
burger.
Like a burger's a burger, yeah, but
Right.
like a burger with cheese, now that's
a
good.
cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger,
It's.
like that takes it up another level.
I mean, it's so good that they call it a different thing.
Yeah.
It's not just a burger.
But like I
with
think
cheese
it's weird
on
that
it.
like if you just got a burger, like it would come with no cheese. Like that's weird. If I'm getting a burger, it better have cheese on it.
I
That should
agree.
be
The
norm.
default should be cheese. Trevor.
Yeah.
Default?
I think in a lot of states the default's no cheese, and that's
Maybe. Depends on where you're from.
you got to get
think
out
so.
there. You got to make a difference. See, make,
Yeah,
make
'cause
a change.
Sometimes I'm like, why are you asking me if I want cheese? Of course I
Right.
want cheese.
Just
Like,
put
do I
this.
look like a man who eats a burger without
I mean,
cheese on it?
some people are picky. I'm not. However they serve the burger, I'll just probably eat it that way.
Probably eat
'Cause
it.
That's how they intend it.
When I was in Romania, they made a burger with like. What did it have on it? It had turnips and
Turnips?
corn.
Corn.
No, not turnips. What is it? Beets. It had beets on it.
Beets?
Corn, and
Let's
it
say
was.
take 'em off.
And then they put fries on it too. It
I mean,
was-
maybe I would try it.
Well, they didn't. They spoke another language, so I was like, "I'll have the cheeseburger," and they made that. And I was
You
like,
sure it wasn't red onion?
"No, it was.
It
It
was a
like
beet.
blocks of beet." Trevor, could you pull up a beet?
I mean, I know what a beet looks like.
Just for the viewers, we don't want to insult them. I mean, we know you have a plethora of knowledge, but we
Okay.
we don't want to assume the viewers.
Oh no, yeah. That's
This
true.
is an educational thing.
No, yeah,
Do you,
right.
you think it's like an important thing to have a safe space where people can learn?
Yeah, of course. Of course, yeah. I agree.
And you would never, if someone was learning, you would never like interject.
Or hurt them.
You wouldn't hurt them, right?
No. Is that what I'm doing right now?
No,
Oh, okay.
I mean
I'm just trying to be self-conscious.
it's not really. It's kind of up to the viewer,
No, yeah. Thanks.
You a big roller skate guy, or you more of a blades?
I don't really do either.
Okay.
Yeah. TBH.
We had a whole segment planned around that.
Oh
Oh,
man, I had my skates ready.
I told him it probably wasn't going to work, but he's
Why not?
texting me all week. He calls me every morning. Okay, I'm going to bring my skates.
I made the test videos.
Got
Did
the
you
skates.
Watch them? Did you watch the test videos?
He put them in the drive. I wasn't going to download them.
Didn't watch the demos because it's hard to watch things on Google Drive. I understand that.
Well, he's trying to learn a couple
download it and then
tricks.
delete it after.
It's a lot of effort for like, what is he, Trevor learning how to brake on a pair of skates. We had a whole
It
segment
took a long
planned.
time, man.
Do you want to just show him the video you were going to do?
Nah, man.
You don't want to show him?
Are you sure?
You're sheepish now? Trevor had this whole thing planned where he made me get a fisheye lens, and I was down below. He was doing literally off a curb. Jumps off. I'm down there making it look cool. At one point, he did 2 stairs, and he was freaking out. He made me buy him ice cream?
Yeah, because I skinned my knee really bad.
He skinned his knee. He was crying about that.
For like an hour.
Have you ever, like, messed up
Have
your
you ever,
knee or
like, cried for like an hour?
Yeah, I messed up my knees.
You big crier?
You ever cried
No.
for an hour?
It was a gradual mess up of knees.
Right.
Yeah.
Whoa, what were you doing?
I knelt on concrete for like 3 years to put on tires.
You ever think about a knee pad or something? A little too late, maybe?
Looking back on it, I wish I did do it.
Yeah.
But what's crazy is I do remember one guy had them, and I was like, I don't need that.
No.
And I feel like I should have done it. You know, I feel like I should have been like, that's a good idea.
Well, now you know.
Now I know.
You got to get experience sometimes. It's a little frustrating, though, in
Yeah.
life, you know? Whenever you want to learn something, sometimes you either got to, like, get hurt in a minor way or, like,
Yeah, the best way to learn is from your
break
mistakes.
something or spend a bunch of money on something. But then it's like, you know, you want to learn all the things.
Yeah.
I'd like to be able to, like, make a house and a car.
You want to make a house.
What, you don't think I can make a house?
I think you could.
Why were you so surprised when I said I was going to make a house?
I didn't know that was an ambition of yours.
My point was, I have many ambitions. It's hard to, like, even choose one, you know?
Yeah.
And then whatever you do choose, you got to, like, spend a bunch of money.
Yeah.
And then you mess up, so then you waste that money, and then you got to do it again.
That's true.
And it's like...
What if you built it right the first time?
You could do that, but I find I usually mess it up.
That's true. That's true. I get it.
But then, you know, do you find as you get older, you get a little bit more consistent in your attempts at new things?
I think so, yeah. I think I have been, like, a little more successful at, like, doing new things the first time. Or, like, at least not beating myself up or, like, not messing up as bad as I used to.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I would just fuck shit up. But, like, now I'm, like, I kind of fuck it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I always get in my head. But you can get too excited about it, too, initially.
That's true. That's true.
Like, oh, I'm learning this thing. I'm going to be good. And then you know.
Yeah. That's how it was with welding, and I was not good at it. And then I was like...
It looks easy.
It doesn't look easy. That's the one thing. Welding looks hard as fuck.
I guess I haven't seen. Could you pull up welding?
Yeah, see? That stuff looks hard.
That does
man.
look hard.
It looks hard, like cool, but also like difficult, you know?
Yeah, it's so cool, but it, like, looks hard. Like, it does not look easy.
Well, it's got to be satisfying at least knowing you could do it.
I do... Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
It is satisfying to know that I like, if I wanted to, I could get better at
Could
it.
make a basketball hoop.
I mean, I could.
If you wanted to, man.
If I wanted to,
Don't
yeah.
sell yourself short. You could make a basketball hoop.
That's true. Yeah, I could. It wouldn't be a very good one, but it'd be a basketball hoop.
No. But I think, yeah, we're right. As you get a little older, maybe you can, if you're paying attention, you can take more caution when you're trying to learn a new thing. You can just go slow. Maybe you can get it right the first time.
That's true.
Trevor, what's going on over here? Pull it up. We're going to buy this guy?
I was about to use the Acorn credit card. Oh shit, sorry.
I took him off the financials for this exact reason.
Pulp Fiction.
He's trying to buy the rights to this photo.
This is for the... Oh, this is too late. But we could still buy it for... Oh yeah, we could purchase a license for this image.
Actually, Ben,
For this amount of money.
Yeah.
we were talking before, you know,
Yeah.
and you got this new job. You got kind of a routine going on. You got a
Yeah.
plan. How would you feel about sort of like an investment sort of thing in this, having a stake in this, what we're doing here, you know?
A steak?
Like having like
Just messing with you.
making a real part, you know,
Yeah.
a real difference here, you know?
Like,
Just like
what are you trying to say?
We're saying, I think, like, if you get the right minds together, and tell me if you agree with this, you can really make something happen.
I mean, yeah, you can.
So you're in.
To what?
Sort of like an investment opportunity.
For what?
For this image.
No, well, not for our cause.
The Acorn podcast? Or
Yeah.
Simon Molnar?
For what we're doing here. Just like, how would you feel about really being a part of this whole thing, you know?
I mean, I'm going to be for real with you right now. I don't got a whole lot of money.
$1,000 is fine.
That's...
We'll talk about it off air. We'll talk about it maybe a little later.
Yeah, I feel like that's
I think we're going to get somewhere special
combo.
on this.
Like, I could definitely help out.
Now, what does that mean? It seems like you're kind of dodging.
I'm dodging the money. I'll help out physically.
You said you were flush with cash.
I never said I was flush with cash.
Well, you went to Oxford.
I never went to Oxford. I went to Columbus State Community College, and then I transferred to Ohio University. So, I never went to
A lot
Oxford.
of you might not know this. Ben plays drums in my band.
Yeah, I do.
And we have a great time.
We do. We have an awesome time.
One time we played a show, and then it was like, whoa, you know?
Yeah, that was a crazy show, though.
It was.
That was a crazy show.
And people forget that.
Yeah, people do.
They bring up that night and they
I
forget how
think-
good the show was.
And I think it was... The atmosphere was perfect. The
Yes.
vibes were right.
Right.
The music was just synced.
Synced, banging, and
Banging.
on time. I mean, it was just...
Yeah, I hit everything. You hit everything. Seth hit everything.
No one was even...
Joey hit everything.
No one was...
Joey, or not
No,
Joey,
yeah.
Louis, you know, Louis did Louis, but like,
Right.
it was still really good.
It was good. It was really something. We were down there. We were doing it.
We were doing it. We were having fun too. That was probably the most fun show.
Yeah. But I don't think the glory days are over. I think maybe the best
No.
times are ahead.
Yeah,
Or maybe the worst times. What do you think?
Pittsburgh.
Yeah. P-Town.
Yeah,
We got to go back.
to that bar. Oh,
No, that place is... They're actually closed permanently.
that makes a lot of sense.
Right.
Yes, that makes a lot of sense.
Remember the first band that played like the...
That was the second band, but yeah, I remember.
Oh,
that.
really? Was it?
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was crazy.
I was honestly blown away at that. Like
Yeah.
I was like,
I guess it was my fault for booking him, but I assumed he actually played his instruments. Trevor, he was on stage with instruments, and he was playing music through a speaker, and the whole band was pretending to play.
Yeah. Oh, that's not fun.
No, but on Instagram, it really looked like they were getting it done, you know?
Well, that's good. But it's good that they at least like look the part, you know, because some people don't have that.
Right, but I mean, I got deceived so hard that they weren't even playing the music that was in the...
yeah.
Anyways, place shut down.
Makes you question their integrity and why they're there,
Yeah.
you know, and what they're doing it for.
Yeah.
What are we doing it for? Thoughts?
Like music?
Yeah.
Me and your band?
Uh-huh.
I'm doing it for fun.
Yeah, I'm having a good time.
Yeah, I'm having a good time. Yeah.
What if you're having a bad time?
I've
Trevor,
never
you ever
had
have a bad time?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of the time, right?
No, not a lot of the time, but sometimes.
So generally, it's still good.
Yeah, generally it's still good.
There was all this complaining.
Sometimes you're allowed to complain. People are allowed to complain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. You know, people start complaining, you get anxious. You're like, well, maybe everything's gone wrong.
Yeah, I understand that.
And you're like, stop whining. That sort of thing.
It's not like, you know.
If it's like consistent and like in areas that don't need to be, like everyone, it's like everyone's having a bad time, bro.
Yeah.
Stop complaining.
Right.
It's like,
You know?
it's
Right.
not the end of the world either.
No.
You know.
What if it was the end of the world and someone's like,
Complaining?
"Ah, my back hurts. And it's like,
Like,
I've worked with people like that. They're like, I don't want to do this anymore. My arm hurts. I'm like, we're making a video, man. We're making a cool thing.
right,
Like, my arm hurts.
right,
Like, what are you doing, man?
right. We already did all this.
Yeah.
yeah. Exactly. Why not just keep going?
Why not keep going? Why not finish it up?
Especially if you're making something cool.
Yeah.
Stick around
Yeah.
to the end.
Yeah.
Something cool will happen.
Where are you going?
Yeah.
What's the rush?
My arm hurts. I don't care.
Grow up, you know.
Yeah, grow up, grow it. Like,
Hey, my arm hurt before too.
I don't care.
Trevor doesn't care. He doesn't care about other people. Do you think it's good to care about other people?
I think so.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's good.
So why were you saying you don't care?
Because if you're complaining and if you're just complaining, just stop.
Trevor raises a good point, which is if you are just complaining all the time,
Yeah, just
you
stop.
could consider stopping because then you wouldn't complain and then things would be the exact same.
If your arm hurts, man, just don't think about it.
Just don't think about it. It's like we're doing something here.
Yeah, exactly. It's not that.
Keep
big a deal.
holding the light, you know.
Keep holding the light. Keep holding the boom mic. That's part of it. You're gonna hurt, and you're gonna feel it the next day. You're like, oh, this is.
And this is the hustle. It's a hustle culture, you know.
It's hustle culture.
We might be 8 hours in, but you got to hold the light.
Yeah.
We're the boom mic. Like,
Yeah,
it's got to be done.
it's got to be done.
Let's have fun doing it.
That's right.
Let's get into it.
Everybody's part is important, man. It all moves together.
Right. And
Every part is crucial.
Yeah.
And if you have the points in your day where you're like, this is a lot of work, I don't want to do this, afterwards you usually feel better.
Yeah. It's
Even though sometimes you feel worse.
Hard work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of value in that.
I think there is.
Yeah, there's no value in that.
My arm
because
hurts.
Not only does it not make your arm feel better, but then we all have to hear about it.
For real.
Shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
Well, you don't think you should hear people out?
Not when they're complaining a lot.
Now, when you grow to be 60, 65,
Yeah.
assuming you get there, and we all hope you do,
Yeah.
would you like a horse or maybe like a sheep, a couple dogs,
Couple dogs.
some land?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or I
gonna
might
rent?
just like live somewhere cool. Just vibe out.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Could live out of the Volvo.
Probably not. I don't fit in the back seat. Like I don't fit laying down when you like put the seats down.
You take all the seats out
But then where am I gonna drive?
on the bed.
That doesn't sound comfy.
You could get one of those stadium chairs. Van life, man. I mean, it could be big for you. You never consider it?
I don't think I'm. No. I
Not
don't
a big
think I'm-
traveler?
I would like to travel.
Have you ever been anywhere cool?
What would you consider cool?
I don't know, man. Anywhere that meant something to you.
I went to
CVS?
Yellowstone.
Oh, wow.
I've been to San Francisco. I've been to a bunch of other places.
Out west, man.
Yeah, only like once or twice, 3 times.
Good time?
Yeah, they're always good times. Grand Canyon, that's pretty cool.
You have any big travel aspirations coming up?
I want to go to Yosemite eventually in like the next couple years. I want to go to New Orleans.
Would you drive out? Would you drive to these places?
I might fly just 'cause it's so far,
Yeah.
and plus like I don't really have a car that can like go all the way out there. You
Yeah.
know? Like
Yeah,
that
I'm-
seems like really far for my car. Like I want to keep the miles not on it. So
Yeah, I'm trying to go on some decent sized driving trips while my car still works.
and like maybe go out of the country. I'd be down to go out of the country.
Yeah.
I want to at least experience like part like I want to do like a good like couple weeks in like Europe or something.
You want to hitch a ride on a boat? We can make like a YouTube video, get a GoPro.
On a boat?
Yeah, we'll go across, hang out
Oh,
over
me and
there.
you?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be down to go on like
When do you want to do it?
a
A lot of people are all talk, no show. Trevor, what are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely, man.
So you got to follow through with these things. What are your
Yeah.
thoughts on that?
So how I'm gonna follow through is I'm gonna say, if I make enough money, yeah, we could do it.
We'll get out there a couple years, huh?
Yeah, a couple years, I'd say. If we're both sitting pretty, why not?
I think we will be.
Yeah, and we're still in a band, yeah, why not?
Yeah, let's do
Let's
it.
treat ourselves.
Let's treat ourselves.
Yeah, bring the girlies along too.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, we'll have a good time. A swell
Yeah, we'll
time.
have a good time.
We'll have a good time.
Get tattooed too.
You can quit the valet job,
Yeah.
and at that point, we can train together.
Train?
Yeah, we'll train kung fu or whatever.
Why would we need to train to go on a
Oh,
on a
we
boat?
can't see all that well, you know.
Huh?
We can't see all that well.
On a boat? What do you mean we can't see?
Ben
all that well?
Lopez, thanks for coming on, man. Are you down to do some sort of musical performance? Hit the drum. I'll play some guitar with you.
Sure.
Trevor, any closing words? Anything to close us out? Anything to add to this?
No, I feel like we covered.
I think we covered it all.
I feel like, yeah, we covered quite a bit.
Thanks for coming on, Ben.
Yeah, of course. It was fun.
sound, man.
Sounded great. Yeah.
Benjamin Lopez.
Simon Molnar.
Been a pleasure having you.
Been a pleasure being here.
It was the best of times.
It was the best.
For Trevor, it was the worst of times. You know, he's got a lot
Yeah.
going through his mind. He's been
Got
down.
a lot of problems, but he's on the road.
Working through them.
Yeah, he's on the road to recovery.
That's right.
And he's happy we're here with him.
Yes.
What would he do with that?
I couldn't say it better myself, man.
He couldn't say it better himself.
Yep. Straight from his mouth.
Straight from the horse's mouth. If the horse was me, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
More like my dumb wife.
no, that's funny, man. Yeah.
You
Ben
brand that
Lopez.
yourself?
No.
Uh.
Someone gave this to me. I was like, oh,
That's kind of cool.
thanks. When you do that?
How the fuck you do that?
And then they were like, yeah.
Yeah, man, it was pretty easy.
It was pretty fucking easy. We just kind of did the shit. We just kind of knocked it out, man. You know what it is.
Yeah, it is another day.
Southport. Southport with the Spectre. Yeah.
Spookport. A lot of people are calling it Spookport.
Yeah.
Are you scared?
I'm scared now that you said that thing about the rendering.
That was weird, man. I spent like 6 hours on it. And that? I mean,
Yeah, that cabinet opening was weird.
just open.
Yeah.
Why? Ben Lopez, thanks for coming on.
Of course.
It's a pleasure having you.
Of course.